Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Saints and the Eagles coming up next.
Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run at Sanders. Sanders a first down, still going. And all the way up to the 46. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So, Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Garoppolo's throw here complete to Ward. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. start this next possession. The score, 7-0. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. As Sanders has it poked free. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. And this makes 0 sense.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. To throw, Winston. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Rosas' kick is good. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 2nd down, back to Sanders. Sanders has the 1st down and much more as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Sanders shaking and baking. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to look deep here for Ward. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made, but they may back him up 10 here and have him do it again. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back, unsuccessfully.
Winston on 3rd and 2. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can...
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Left side here to Sanders. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And this is incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Looking here for Smith downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 48 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it?
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And this one complete to Smith. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Goes right back to Smith again. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Here's Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was the Packers who get the win at home. Aaron Rodgers leading the way as his guys pick up win number 14 on the year. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these two teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Play action. Garoppolo. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. Sanders has it over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo, escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Greg Ward there to make the grab. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The Sanders on first down with a little bit of space as he works his way forward, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? They start on the ground here at Sanders. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
21.
Now Garoppolo. Airing it out deep for Smith. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Harris now to return. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Saints will take over. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. On 1st down, it's Sanders. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 2nd down, back to Sanders. Fast footwork by Sanders. 112 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Flushed out right. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send them up to the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. On 1st down, It's Sanders, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, and Elliott has pushed it to the right. It is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try.
And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. Now Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs and that girds them for a championship run in the future?